Hey folks, this is JK here. JK from the Ministry of Otaku, 14-year anime convention veteran and cosplaying photographer. Here to talk to you about some tweet I just caught about how anime is racist, how anime is fascist. And here's the problem with that. The argument this Twitter have kept repeating how anime is racist, how anime is fascist. It actually came from a paper called An Unholy Alliance of Einstein and Disney, the Fascist Origins of Otaku Culture. And it was written by, what is it? Yeah, it was written by Otsuka Eiji. And it was translated by Thomas Lamar. And it says, Unholy Alliance of Einstein and Disney, the Fascist Origins of Otaku Culture. And you want to know the real reason why this paper was made? Because at one point, before the World War, during the Japanese colonial era, the Japanese government, seeing how popular Disney animation and homegrown Japanese animation is, during the Japanese colonial era, the Japanese government actually wanted the army, the military, and navy to produce animation for themselves. Now, this part of the paper reads, in 1930s Japan, a large number of popular dramatic films were made with military motives, but not due to governmental pressure. Audiences clamored for them, and so the studios went on making them. So it was supply and demand. People actually wanted films with military motives, so they had to supply. Non-entertainment documentary films, however, were made under government leadership. The idea that documentary film was a newer art and loftier one entered the world of Japanese cinema, centered on young men who had converted from Marxism. Japan, inspired by Germany, established a film law in 1939. The same film law that was made during Nazi Germany. Those involved in filmmaking welcomed it, taking it as a government recognition of cinema. This film law partly mandated screenings of cultural films in cinemas. As a Moore, he rarely abandoned Marxism but had no intention of abandoning Disney in film theory. And Disney films have been a major influence in Japanese anime. Amuro does not give the impression of being a fascist or a Marxist or even a patriot. His laws were for Disney and for film theory. Just before the outbreak of the Pacific War, which we all know as World War II, Amuro published a book called A Theory of Cartoon Film, or Magna Egna Ron. It is a theory of Disney with the character Mickey drawn on the title page. This book remained in print throughout the war. With the outbreak of the war in the United States, American films, American culture, and English was outlawed in Japan, yet Imura continued to write about Disney. This may explain why the Naval Department in Japan ordered the production of animated films in the Disney style. Things by Imura like the following may indeed have an effect. The pride superiority of Disney cartoons as art laying their superiority as weapons for propaganda warfare. And then we can see how fine art may play a powerful role in enlightening the public. If we are unable to produce cartoons like those of Disney, it will be overpowered. Imura threatens the military, the Japanese military, saying that if Japan does not have animation on par with Disney, colonial rule and propaganda will fall. Basically, Japanese colonial rule and propaganda will fall if they don't have animation on par with Disney at the time. So basically, the Japanese military actually produce films, anime documentary films. Yes, anime documentary films during World War II and the Pacific War. One of them was a feature-length animated film called Momotaro, Devine Warriors of the Sea. It was produced under the direction of the Naval Department of the Japanese military. The film recreated in animation the invasion of Dutch-controlled Indonesia by Navy paradroids in 1942. It might be called a documentary film in animation. It follows the process of the operation for invasion rather than telling a story. The military operation of these paradroids also provide material for propaganda art centered on the war called war pictures. So basically, due to the fact that the Japanese military had to produce propaganda films along with fighting the United States, they had to produce propaganda in animation in a Disney style. One of them was Momotaro, Devine Warriors of the Sea. And because of that, that is why that person who tweeted anime is racist, anime is fascist, has actually argued for that. Because at one time, the Japanese military actually produced Japanese animation as propaganda. So apparently, all anime and basically all of Japanese animation and everything that comes from Japanese animation since World War II is racist and fascist. Which is really BS. It's really stupid. Because most anime we see here, most anime we see in the United States is not racist or fascist. It's more diverse. There are women in anime. There have been black characters in anime. Other Asian characters in anime. Foreign countries in anime. I don't really get it. But then again, that's the problem with critical theory. Everything has to be pointed out. Everything wrong has to be pointed out. Basically, they need to point out how everything is wrong, how everything is racist or fascist, and yet provide no solutions or no replacement, no alternatives, other than nothing. He even, now the person who tweeted that thing also considers escapism as racist and fascist. So basically, all entertainment has to be propaganda, but not the parts, not the animation we watch. They want us to watch entertainment other than anime and manga. That is propaganda. They want propaganda as entertainment, preferably of the Western type, such as the comic books that we are seeing right now in the United States and Western television. They're basically partisan propaganda. And I think the real reason why is that they don't want any real competition. So what they do is they try to carve out one part of history and try to make it sound like that anime is racist because at one time Japanese military had to produce propaganda films for the country. Seriously, what's wrong with people? What's wrong with people? We enjoy anime, manga, and video games as an escape. And seriously, escapism is more important than ever. Because everything is hyper-politicized. And now people are using politics as a way to destroy the things we know and love by saying this is racist or this is sexist. Meanwhile, people are still watching anime and manga because it's a lot different than Western television now. Because Western television is garbage. And the people who spout anime is racist or sexist are those that hate this competition. This is JK from the Ministry of Otaku signing out. Have a good day, where you are. And don't listen to NPCs. They don't care about any logic or reason. They care about politics and ideology. And emotion.